most impressively, I've seen someone write the top comment, and the top comment consisting of unironically calling you the rightful heir to Deficio. And I think I've not heard that before. So are you proud of achieving that with the community?
So, I messaged Deficio that, and I was like, "Are you proud of me, Dad?" And he replied with, "My name is ruined forever."
And there I get killed again with no vision from absolutely nowhere, because Zoe is a balanced champion. Thank you, Riot Games. Thank you for this amazing champion. Brain effect mood helps your serotonin levels and makes you feel more relaxed. Huh. And we lose Baron because our jungler missed Smite, but you know what? That's okay. We all make mistakes. And yeah, next game will be better, I'm sure. Hello everyone, this is Darius from the Shotcaller, and it's MediVedi time!
League of Legends interviews.
League of Legends, a lot of fun. We just finished week 6 of LEC. Lots of exciting games. Of course, the Fnatic Origen one, that was a game of League of Legends.
Yeah, it was fun.
Hard to cast.
It was League of Legends that we love to see.
Love to see, yeah. I mean, we all loved it. I loved it. You loved it.
I think it was a little bit difficult to cast because at the start, you and Ender had this like cool jungle thing you wanted to do, and so for like the first 5 minutes of the cast, these guys were not paying any attention. So I was just there like, okay, guys, let's talk about this specific thing. I'm just, top lane itemization is more important.
So we have a cool tool that I like to use, and it's the drawing thing, right? But it needs setup because our tool is just a little bit different from the NA tool, and so the problem is I didn't tell Ender about this, and it just dawned on me in Champ Select that I was like, we could do this really cool thing. And so I then had to communicate with Ender. I was like, Ender, do you want to do this cool thing?
And he was like, written, and it would be like, one of them will point at a sentence, and the other one will point at a sentence. And I'm just standing there like, Aatrox isn't going to get picked.
And then we finally get it all together, and then it happens, and then they gank top lane, and then we were like,
and so then I'm casting from this zoomed out perspective. Like, I'm pretty sure he used EQ. That's what I would do in that situation.
All I'm going to say is, it was going to be really cool. But it's definitely my fault, because what I should have done is I should have told the observers and told the production team before anything started, hey guys, this is a thing we want to do.
Maybe instead of fellow casters as well that you were going to do it.
I came up with it during Champ Select.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I forgot that you invented the idea in Champ Select.
I'm sorry. But it would have been great if it was Mithy's fault. That's the moral of the story here.
And the game was fun to cast. So that's where the answer to your question is.
Thank you. That was a very important part of the whole conversation, of course. Overall, though, you guys have managed to grab the hearts of the LEC audience, I feel like, at this point. Yeah, because, okay, so...
Surgically, I can do that. So.
Good one. But just last night, there was a LEC appreciation thread on Reddit, of course. And most impressively, I've seen someone write the top comment, and the top comment consisting of unironically calling you the rightful heir to Deficio. And I think I've not heard that before. So are you proud of achieving that with the community?
So, I messaged Deficio that, and I was like, "Are you proud of me, Dad?" And he replied with, "My name is ruined forever." So Deficio's not happy about it, but I am. No, I mean, like, it's cool. I guess, like, I've put a lot of effort into not only building, like, last split was very much about, like, Vedius building a personality, and, like, I might not be as smart as Deficio, but I'm definitely more entertaining than him. And so part of my goal was, like, I'm willing to embrace the wacky, the crazy aspects of, like, I got my cousins involved, like, the Flexius, the Chefius, the detectives.
I don't think that counts because they're other people.
Right, but I got them involved, right? And I leveraged my big family, and I think, like, people got bought into the idea that, like, I was entertaining, but then coming into this split, I realized that the lack of Deficio actually didn't challenge me, like, analytically a lot. And something that he and I used to do was just have a lot of in-depth conversations where we challenge each other's ideas and discuss the game. And it's something that now with Frost and Ender, we're starting to build up a lot more, and we're like starting to fight a lot more, which is ultimately healthy because then we get a better understanding, we challenge each other ideas and grow, right? And so this split I've been focused, and all the team has been focused on like trying to bring more analysis and bring more insight. And I feel like I'm hoping that the fans start to appreciate it more, and that they don't sit there and just say, they're just narrative casters, like, because that's definitely not the case. We do still do some narrative, but
I haven't said Kings once today, like not once. Actually, I did say I'm not going to say Kings. So does that count? Like, probably counts.
But yeah, I mean, like, it's cool to see an appreciation thread, but ultimately I think like the protection team deserves the most appreciation because the whole rebrand I think has been a massive success. They've given us casters so many opportunities and abilities to like just put our personalities out there. Like a lot of thing that people notice that like our outfits are all different. Like we got like Medic always wears the suspenders, and like we all have our own identities in like what we wear as well. And so I like to think that the LEC broadcast is a lot more about like the individuals and the personality and the relatability, and it's just I think it just stands out from every other broadcast on the planet. So I appreciate that people appreciate our team because we work really hard and it's really cool.
So in answer to your question, yes, he is the heir of Deficio.
Answering for your friend, being so kind, of course. And you bring all the energy to the cast, was the official comment saying.
I think that's he shouts a little bit too loud sometimes and doesn't say good words, but he's very energetic. He's very energetic. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Just did a big cast. I'm quite tired.
Okay.
Do you sometimes need to watch your vocal cords since you go so hard?
All the time.
Yeah, so last split it was a lot worse. I was really bad at controlling my voice. Now I think I'm a lot better. Today I blew it out just a little bit in a couple of fights, but I think my controller's pretty good now.
But also you always in those kind of games, right? Yeah. Because like when it's like some people call that like messy League of Legends, but messy League of Legends is also the most exciting League of Legends because so much happens, and that's usually when the most energy comes in. But I've been really proud of Medi because I think like over the year he's like progressively gained a lot more control, and like he's finally taken a lot of feedback that I gave him, and he's like listened to me. So I feel like
I'm going to interrupt you here for a second. Here's the problem with Vedius, right?
Like the
what
greatest
happened?
caster now.
Okay. You finished your point? You finished?
Great job on your development. I'm really proud of you.
Good job on yours too. Here's the thing with Vedius, okay? And what you'll come to learn if you ever meet him, if you ever befriend him, is he will tell you something like 6 months in the past, right? And it will be a one-off sentence. It'll be like, Medic, sometimes I think you're too loud. Right? And that will be the entirety of the conversation. I'm like, what do you mean, Vedius? He's like, you're just too loud. I'm like, okay, that's not really useful feedback, but thank you very much. And then later on, someone will explain what they think, right? They'll be like, sometimes you overhype certain moments, and if you're hyping it at 11 all the time, then you haven't got anywhere to build in a big game. And I'll explain that to Vedius when I get home. I'll be like, Vedius, I talked to one of our producers today, and they gave me some really good feedback. And he'll go, yeah, I told you that 6 months ago. And I'm like, no, you flipping didn't, man. You can't just say you're too loud.
The best thing about this is today he did a segment with Renato, and I gave him feedback, and I was like,
you're too quick.
You were too fast. You were really fast. And he was like, okay, in what aspect? I was just like, just when you spoke, it was really fast. And then Law was sat next to me, right? And Law just goes, I think what he means is that when you spoke very quickly. Yeah. And a lot of the words that you used, which is like, your sentences were very short and fast. You were speaking almost like this. And I was like, yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I
actually said to him, when you think of another way to describe that, please come back to me. Because right now, I don't know what you mean by you're too fast.
But what I'm going to remember is in 6 months' time, when everyone goes, I feel like Medic is so much more controlled. I'm going to go, that was because of me. I gave him that feedback.
Okay. Must feel nice to be able to not just take credit for your family members, but also for every Medic that development that Medic does.
I am the reason he is great.
Vedi is definitely a big part of why I've improved a lot. Like I think having him around and being able to bounce ideas off him and stuff has been really helpful. I don't think he is the reason that I've got better, but I think he's definitely part of it.
Perspective.
Move a bit over here, just to get everything in focus.
Keep moving.
Yeah, like very energetic cast.
You're actually like front foot forward here, Eddie. You're like, I'm
going.
Yeah,
because this is how I stand on the analyst desk. I lean back. I do a lean.
We're like
surfing. Like shoulders back.
Yeah.
Try to look broader. Like this.
That's not a struggle for me. I'll be honest.
I said broader, not rounder.
Yeah, there we go. Haven't been able to work out because of my tattoo, and Vedi is teasing me about it no end.
Because I now go to the gym 5 days a week, you see. I get up in the morning, I'm just like, off to the gym, Medic! You ready to? Oh, you can't go.
And I'm there like, I hate the fact I can't go to the gym. It's actually hellish. But the biggest weights we lift are our feels along the way, okay?
Sure,
and I've loved you for a long time, Vedius.
What's that got to do with lifting anything?
Well, I have to. It took me a long time to get over the weight of being like, can I really like this man? Bit by bit, I lifted it up, and in the end, I realized that I can like you as a friend.
So speaking of you making that deliberate decision, of course, of him actually liking him, I was told that you at one point, especially at the start, tried to get Medic fired. And let's just talk about that.
No, I think if I tell it, it's okay. Okay. So what happened was, I came in for Challenger Series, having worked with some of these guys in the past, and it was the Challenger Series was on Sunday, and so on the Saturday night, I went out for the after party with a bunch of people, and I had a few too many drinks to drink. Right, it happens. I was a little bit dumb, and I had a few too many. I came in a bit hungover, and I asked our producer, "Can you put a sick bucket next to me?" And Vedius came in and was just like, I can't believe this guy has been so unprofessional to come in here hungover on his first broadcast, right? And I actually really appreciate the thought from Vedius. He didn't like me at the start. Thankfully now, I hope you like me a little bit.
It's alright, it's better.
Yeah, just a little. I don't come in hungover for shows anymore. It's probably helped. It was a one-off mistake. It was very foolish of me. I was quite immature, but now like we've got past that.
Also, you gotta remember, like that was also at a time where I was like really trying to prove myself for the likes of like Fisher and Crepo. So Challenger Cast like meant a lot to me, and they were like what I've given autonomy over. So then when I had this new play-by-play who I had initially vouched for, I was like, he's now showing up hungover, and so I was like, not only I was super apologetic, I was also like, just get rid of it.
Yeah, it was deserved disdain. It was definitely deserved.
But he's good now. He's fine. He had after that, it was a good talking, and he's only gotten better since. So.
Right, so what was that?
It took me about 6 months to learn the lesson, and then after a while, someone else told me it.
So what was that day like, though? How did you get through that? Was it just
cast.
like
ultimately,
we
like,
cast, right?
Yeah. Like, it's irrelevant of how you feel about people. You got to do the job, right? And we can still cast together because we're just talking about League of Legends. I don't have to like him to talk about League of Legends with him.
Yeah.
So.
And I was an incredible caster, so it's very easy for me to do.
Oh, okay, yeah, just like get over the hangover.
EU Captain Flowers. Haven't had that title in a while, have you?
That's kind of it.
We got EU Captain Flowers, EU Travis apparently.
Yeah.
What's
EU
your
Travis?
What's your EU version?
I don't know if we. I don't know.
EU Kobe or EU Jad?
Maybe EU Deficio. Is that
How
a
about
thing
I'm
now?
just. How about I'm just Vedius? How about that? How about
No.
I'm one of a kind?
Oh, EU Overly. There we go. EU done. Got it in one.
Throw it in there.
Hashtag EU Overly.
That's gonna be the hashtag.
I've watched the show before.
He's got it. Okay, I think we've covered the funny story of you having to
we
work on
covered
that.
anything meaningful in this interview?
It's a MediVedi interview, right? I'm just glad you didn't come in a
into a
costume.
microphone.
I mean, that's what you get paid for, right?
Each other.
Yeah, that's like the job at the end of the day. That,
Alright.
There's no insight gained from watching LEC. No, I'm just kidding. No, just, I need to save
Don't
this
make us
one.
walk out of the
Oh boy, no, I've had
Big
that.
EU defenders.
Oh yeah, EU defenders. But speaking of EU, anything you would like to say to the LEC EU audience? Because they've been, of course,
Thanks.
hyping you guys up.
You're really awesome. Yeah. Sometimes you're mean. Don't be mean. Be nice. Be friends to everyone.
Yeah. I think the thing is, we always say this when we do interviews like this, and people ask, like, you can be mean, but just be constructively mean, right? Like, if you think I'm bad at something, say, hey, I think you were bad. Here's a clip of it, and this is why I think it's bad. And I don't mind that sort of feedback.
But I also don't think that Redditors are gonna do that, which is fine. Ultimately, like, if you
be the change you want to see in the world.
I mean, it's
Vedi.
true.
Okay,
It's very, very true.
we'll
Like,
buy that.
we would love that if you could give us examples. We love examples because that's great. We're not perfect. We 100% know that.
He's not.
But basically, I'm actually fine if people hate us as well, because like, as long as people are talking about us, I'm happy. Yeah. And like, we'll never stop doing the MediVedi intros. We will have a zip wire one day.
Oh, and a choir. I've been looking at Berlin.
Don't spoil it.
Yeah, but we put it in the advert. Like, it's there. I have been looking at Berlin choirs, and there's a possibility.
My point, like, our dream, world final, MediVedi, and
no one else.
No one else. And then like
no audience either. It's just a choir.
Yeah, the stadium is a choir of MediVedi. That's the dream.
That's like MediVedi.
I feel like at this point you could just like record you guys just doing this.
You heard us sing.
Yeah, like you just did it.
So
That
the
was
problem
close
is
enough.
the problem is the only version of the choir I have in my head is the Sephiroth song.
Yeah.
So I'm like MediVedi, 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 MediVedi. But he doesn't know the Sephiroth song.
But you had a PlayStation.
Yes.
But no Final Fantasy,
I've
right?
never
Yeah.
But you also never played
Right,
Kingdom
that wasn't
Hearts.
the thing.
The thing
Yeah,
is,
right.
I never actually played Final Fantasy VII, but I played Kingdom Hearts and
Right,
Sephiroth
yeah.
Battle, and that music terrified me growing up.
I
so-
played
does.
sports games like a real man.
What a nerd.
That is a joke.
No, we're all very manly man. We're not nerds at all.
We can be womanly man if we want to. It's nothing like you can be whatever sort of man you want.
Yeah.
Cry,
100%.
have emotions.
We're digging a hole right now, boys. that I want to get out of.
I'm digging a hole. I'm
not
the one
saying
being
anything.
like, just cry, have emotions. Like, I think the biggest thing. Oh, that's an entire.
I
we're not
love
getting down that
everyone. Let's end the interview.
Yes, I agree.
We're going to offend someone.
So what was the hashtag EU overlay?
Hashtag EU overlay and hashtag MediVedi. I think are the two.
Those are the good hashtags. We already you already spoke to the
Send
LEC
your flame
audience.
at Riot Vedius at Medicast.
Send all of your flame at Riot Vedius and all of your praise at Medicasts.
And all the anime references to either him
the
or
Shotcaller.
Dracos. Yeah, I was.
Hunter x Hunter is the best anime. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure
excuse me?
is garbage.
I agree.
Overly? Why have you changed your tune like this?
Let's end the interview.
Yeah, Hunter x Hunter is the greatest anime. I can
Medi time
confirm.
over.
Hey, very time. Thank you so much for your time.
you
Make
very
sure to follow you guys
worries.
on Twitter. And yeah, this was Darius from the Shotcaller. I'm just trying to
Darius
wrap
from the
it up.
Shotcaller.
See you guys next time.
MediVedi, Shotcaller.
Bye bye.
Darius.
We'd especially like to thank Krzysztof Bujnovic, Thomas Göttel, Etienne, Erich Althaus, Lukas Legal, Lazy Raven, Lama Vyuta, and Adam Novosviat for your very special support, and of course also all the people whose names you see scrolling past you. Without you guys, we would have closed down probably a while ago. So thank you so much for your help. Thank you.